And turning day after day to see the world's finest gymnasts compete for the 19th time since 1903 when the international competition began. Hello, I'm Jim McKay speaking to you from the jam-packed hall. Once again, it is completely filled. On an earlier Wide World, you saw the competition for the individual all-around titles. Well, this time, we're going to see gold medals awarded for each of the individual pieces of apparatus. In other words, gold medal on balance beam, gold medal on the floor, etc. It's already a good day for the United States. Never before, since the World Championships began 75 years ago, have any men gotten into the finals in the individual events here. This time we have two, Kurt Thomas and Bart Connor. Only once before has an American woman gotten to the finals. And this time we have a couple of chances, one of them with the good chance at the gold medal. Let's bring in right now the only American woman who has ever been in a final, the only American ever to win a medal in the World Championships, Kathy Rigby Mason. Looks like quite a day. What would you say is the difference between the individual all-around and these individual events? Is it a different approach and so forth?
Well, what you're going to see on each event is the absolute best. Whereas in the all-around competition, Elena Mukhina, who won, was not necessarily the best on, say, the uneven bars or the balance beam. And this time, the one who wins the gold medal is the absolute best, the most spectacular routine.
Okay, there'll be much more about that later on when we get to the women's competition. Right now, of course, is here to give us our expert commentary. And how does it look to you? Pretty exciting, I think.
It's the most exciting day for the Americans. Marcia Frederick's chance for gold medal on the uneven bars. On the vault, Schwandt. Rhonda's been receiving 9.9s in earlier competitions, so she has a great chance there for maybe a silver or a bronze. And on the floor exercise, Kathy Johnson. And Kathy's got an outside chance for a bronze medal.
Of course, there always are a whole pack of Russians, and Nadia is still here.
That's right, and it's going to be up to those judges.
Here we go. They're warming up for the uneven parallel bars. As you can see, coming to this final phase, Marcia Frederick of the United States is leading the event.
How does your foot...
This is Marcia Frederick. For the first time in the history of these championships, an American is going into one of these finals as the leader. She's in first place, but she's drawn first starting position, and that's a disadvantage because the judges have to leave themselves somewhere to mark higher. But it's a blind draw, and that was the luck of it.
She's a beautiful bar worker. Perfect handstand. Watch this move. Full twist. Tremendous balance. Something you don't think goes into the uneven bars, but it does. Once again, another Stalter. Gorgeous. Just beautiful. Everything is stretched, extended. Nice. Legs together. Hard to keep her legs together on those full twists, and she's doing beautifully. If she can get that dismount, it's going to be a pike front.
Close to it. There it is.
Beautiful, and she can do it.
Sensational exercise by Marcia Frederick. The Americans don't seem to shake anymore. Not in this sport. It's taken a long while, but the program is maturing.
And she's milking that crowd. Well-deserved. Beautiful exercise.
Born January 4th, 1963. That's almost 2 years after Wide World of Sports went on the air. And here she is, a potential world champion. Long way to go yet. She'll have to watch those other women.
It reminds me of Nadia.
Look at it. 9.95. You think anybody's going to beat that? Well, if they do, they'd have to get a 10.
I think it's very doubtful. Look at the position. She even sticks that ball. Beautiful. That landing.
However, remember, there are still two competitors with that outside chance of beating Frederick with a perfect mark of 10. That would be Elena Mukhina of the Soviet Union and Amelia Eberle of Romania. However, there's yet to be a 10 in this competition. And now Nadia Comaneci, still in search of that elusive gold medal. She doesn't have one here, neither in the team championship, nor in the individual all-around, nor in the vault, and she's not going to win one in this event because even with a perfect 10, she would not catch the remarkable American Marcia Frederick. But perhaps a medal.
It would be difficult for her to win a medal, especially with the routine she's doing now. It doesn't have some of the difficulty that she needs to win that gold, silver, or bronze. It's basically a stock routine that she did in Montreal. She's moving well, though.
And do you feel that the change in her physical build has made the big difference?
Oh, it has to make a big difference on her. The strain on her arms especially.
Crowd still likes her. Nadia Comaneci. That's the first glimmer of the smile we've seen all week.
I think you're exactly right. I think she's pleased. She got through it, and she did a good job, and she's going to go back out there and show the crowd that she's happy, and they love it.
Isn't that something? All of a sudden, she's been totally glum, looking down all week long, and suddenly...
I think pressure's off. I think
could be as easy, as simple as that, huh?
Look at the lift. Good lift there. They still love her.
9.85, and they're not happy with it again.
I think it's a fair score, Jim. I really do, for the difficulty.
In other words, what she did just about perfectly.
Yes,
but it wasn't quite tough enough to get that top mark.
Nothing new.
Well, there's the finish of Nadia's routine, 9.85. It'll be no gold again. Amelia Eberle is the extra small teammate of Nadia Comaneci. Nadia looks almost like a giant next to her now, with the added growth. Amelia, however, with a perfect mark of 10, could still catch Marcia Frederick, but only with the perfect mark of 10.
Her mountain is a pretty flashy one. It's a jump to a half twist on the high bar. She moves on the bars well. She should have a very solid routine. Good mount. Right into a flange. Doesn't move with as much ease. There's a new move as Marcia, but she's doing a great job so far. No weight to lift. Good form. Front flip between the bars. Slight bend in those arms on that kip. Front flip with a half twist.
There she is. All 85 pounds of her.
At the most.
At the very most.
I think more about 70 pounds.
Amelia Eberle. However, there have been no 10s in this championship so far, so the likelihood of that does not seem strong.
Watch this move now. She'll get a lot of height, then she'll drop her left arm right to a handstand. That's creativity. That's what the judges are looking for. Originality.
Well, you see it, 9.80. So Marcia Frederick is still safe. There's just one more with an outside chance at all. And that's the all-around champion, Mukhina. Only Mukhina here, the women's individual all-around world champion at age 18, has the chance at Marcia. We'll repeat that. This is the last one, but she needs a perfect mark of 10 to do it.
It's doubtful that she'll be able to do it, but watch this move. Corbett with a full twist. Nice move.
Terrifying.
Her legs slightly came apart on it, but I doubt that the judges will take anything off because of difficulty. She's moving well. Heck back.
All right.
Low landing, a little bit low on the shoulders. I think Marcia has it. I really do.
Certainly didn't look like perfection, which a 10 should be. Until today, no American had ever won a gold medal in the World Gymnastics Championships. Now, men won gold medals in the Olympics in 32, but they were specials. 9.9. It's not good enough. It's certainly a good mark, but it's not good enough to catch Marcia Frederick. So, as we take a look at the slow motion, you can savor that victory of the 15-year-old American.
She must just be glowing right now. Here's that Corbett with a full twist. She catches with one hand. Luckily, she gets the other one, or she would land on her head. Beautiful.
And there is the winner in a state of shock. There she is, Marcia Frederick. Well, Kathy, this must be quite a moment for you, too. Up until now, you were the only American woman who had ever won a medal. You won a silver 8 years ago, and now there's a gold to go with it.
You know, Jim, you just really don't know how to feel at this point. You're glad you got through with it, but until she quits gymnastics, I don't think she'll realize how great it is.
But again, the results, and they're official now. Marcia Frederick, the gold medalist from the United States. Second place to Mukhina of the Soviet Union. Third to little Amelia Eberle of Romania. And in just a minute, we'll be back for the awards ceremony. A great moment for American gymnastics. For the second time in one day, our national anthem. Another first for American sport. Marcia Frederick has won a gold medal. It's been a long climb to the top for American gymnastics, but the moments are finally arriving.
That must have been for Marcia Frederick last fall, and even then the American success story wasn't over. We'll be continuing with our coverage of the World Championships in a moment. But right now, let's go.
And there's more to come here. We'll be seeing the floor exercises competition. However, because of time requirements, we will not be able to show you the vault or the beam. We would, however, like to take at least a retrospective look. In the vault competition, for example, the gold medal went to an Olympic gold medalist, Nellie Kim.
With a difficult and very well executed full twisting Sukahara. Then if America's Rhonda Schwandt didn't have such a low compulsory score of 9.45, she would have had an easy gold. She received the highest mark given for this very spectacular vault. As it was, she finished 4th.
Rhonda Schwandt, another name to remember. Now let's go to the beam competition and Nadia Comaneci. Let's look at her performance and also pick up the commentary that Kathy and I did at the time. Gold medals seem to come so easily to her in the Olympic Games at Montreal. But now her search for just one here at the World Championships in Strasbourg, France goes on. Her team couldn't win the team championship. No, and Nadia Comaneci couldn't win the all-around, nor she won a gold medal in either of the first 2 events today. Another try. She's in 2nd place by only 3/100ths of a point.
So far, she's working well, no breaks. I think she's finally relaxed a little bit here. Nice aerial, beautiful. Going for that back flip, tight body, good. She's doing everything right. This is the old Nadia I remember on the balance beam, just flowing from one movement to the next.
Doing it while carrying 20 more pounds and 4 more inches of height. Tough, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And she's doing fantastic. She's had no break so far. This could be it for her. This could be the medal.
It's tough going first, as always, but Marcia Frederick was able to do it and hold on to win.
Just a little rest there right into a Valdez. All she has to do is a good dismount. A little low on that leap. Could have been higher.
Looking much more like the old days of the tins.
Yes, the confidence is there. She's going into 2 back handsprings, blind moves, cannot see that beam coming. Okay, getting ready now for a dismount. I think she might do something
Nadia
here.
Comaneci.
Nice exercise. Great composure, beautiful.
That's the first time the crowd has really exploded for her. They've been with her all the way, but this time they think she really did it well. A kiss from the coach, actually the wife of Bella Caroli, the national coach.
And so happy to see her happy.
A little bit of nostalgia, a little returning, and 9-8 is going to set this crowd going again.
They don't like that, and they've changed scores before, so they might just do it again.
They may whistle for a long time. Could be a protest on that one, and the crowd itself lets its protest be known here. They stopped the entire show during the women's individual all-around because they didn't like the mark for Kathy Johnson of the United States. Eventually, the mark was raised from 9.75 to 9.90.
That's right. Hopefully it will be... I think the crowd won't let it stop until her score gets raised.
You agree pretty much with the crowd this time.
Oh, I think so. She's a champion, and she deserves it on the balance beam this time. She really did a good job.
Well, this time the judges held fast. They did not change the mark. However, it turned out to be good enough. Nadia finally won her gold. And now the final event. Nadia Comaneci with another chance, but another very strong one for a gold medal here because she's in 8th place coming to the final round. And quite frankly, that new routine of hers does not seem to impress the judges any more than it has you.
No, it's so controversial. I've asked many people about it, judges as well as spectators, and I think they like the old routine better. Double twist, beautiful landing. It just seems to be a lot of movement, and it's difficult to judge when your hands are in a fist position and your legs aren't straight all the time. And
there's nothing soft or graceful about it.
No lines. No pretty lines. Here's your second tumbling run. Round off flip-flop Arabian to cartwheel back handspring. Not particularly a difficult run, tumbling run.
threw in a bit of that little old rag doll number she used to do there.
Yes, you see a lot of her old routine in here. She's never really able to fully extend anything. And that's one thing the judges look for. How do you judge that?
I don't know. It looked like it's supposed to be for humor, but she's not a funny type of girl.
No,
you know?
a little bit awkward on that landing. It's almost for a younger gymnast, it seems to be.
Exactly. It's a kind of a cutie pie routine in a way. Nadia Comaneci is now a pretty mature 17, believe it or not.
Nadia still seems to have the height. She doesn't seem to have the speed that she had before, though. The rotation. The extra weight is probably what makes the difference. See, she has the height. You can see on this...
Excuse me, they don't like the routine, 9.60.
Well, she didn't have the difficulty that was needed, and I think it's a well-deserved 9.6.
Among those yet to come is the American Kathy Johnson, remember, in 6th place, coming to the final phase. There's a good wide look at the crowd gathered here, capacity crowd, as we've said, for every single performance all week long in these World Championships. They're about to watch the leader in the floor exercise. This is the last one, remember. A performance with music. Here's Elena Mukhina. She's already won the women's all-round World Championship. It would be great to end up with another gold medal.
Probably has the most difficulty in her exercise of anybody in the competition. Watch this opening tumbling run. Full twisting, double back, stepping out. That's going to cost her a few tenths.
Remember also, there is one final chance for another American medal. Kathy Johnson is in this competition.
Very graceful. Her second tumbling run is even better than her first one. Round off flip-flop, half twist. She left out a move that I thought she was going to put in. Another full twist, double twist. She won't get penalized for it because she has all the required difficulties, and that full twisting double back was an extra difficult move.
A bit of musical irony, a Soviet gymnast performing to Dr. Zhivago.
So dramatic. Watch, she'll get the audience clapping with her.
Very Russian stuff there, isn't it?
Very much so.
Ballet influence.
They practice ballet every single day. They practice gymnastics. They warm up with it. And her last tumbling run, she's looks a little tired, but let's see. Double back, a little low on the landing, but very difficult at the end of a routine.
Elena Mukhina, the new women's all-round world champion, an appealing young lady at age 18. She's coming into her own a little bit late, but she'll be right on time for Moscow, now her hometown Olympics.
She started her round off a little bit late. She was way in the corner when she did it, and that caused her to step out. She just didn't have enough room to complete that full twisting double back with a 9.9. They didn't take off much.
They certainly didn't. And the crowd thinks that's a bit high, probably because of that, where she stepped out of bounds. But there's Elena. She's not going to argue about it. She'll just sign a few more autographs and move along and see what the other young ladies can do. She'll be tough to catch. Nellie Kim, with a gold medal already in her pocket on this day, has a pretty good shot at another one. It's going to be difficult, but should she be able to get a 9.95, and she is the kind of an athlete who can do that, she will tie for the gold medal with her teammate Elena Mukhina.
She's one of the favorites of the crowd on this evening. Watch her opening moves. Round off flip-flop, double back. Layout pike double back. Beautiful. It's that added difficulty the judges are looking for.
What a mature gymnast she's become in the last 2 years, huh?
She seems to enjoy it so much more now. She really relates to that audience. She enjoys them. They enjoy her. Very expressive arm movements. The only one who hasn't been so serious. run. And off flip-flop, double twist, good landing, good ending. Tough.
Nellie Kim.
Beautiful exercise.
Well, was that a 9.95? Certainly within the bounds of possibility.
I think the crowd thinks it was. Let's see if those judges do.
What do you think?
I loved it, Jim. I would like to see her win. Unless, of course, Kathy Johnson can do it.
Young Soviet girl of Tartar ancestry. She's seen the world by now.
Let's take a look at that tumbling run again. Building up speed.
She did it. 9.95 for Nellie Kim, tying for the gold medal with her teammate Elena Mukhina, setting the stage for the American, Kathy Johnson. The sport of gymnastics obviously takes a lot of technical skill, but it also is one of the most beautiful of all the sports, and like all sports, indeed, involves very human beings. We have a piece put together here now by ABC Sports' Robert Rieger that shows some of the technical skills, a lot of the beauty of the sport, and even more of the personality of the American national champion, Kathy Johnson. Well, up on stage, Kathy Johnson, she needs a 9.85 for a bronze medal. Wouldn't that be something, another medal for the United States, just to wrap it all up?
I think she can do it here. If she has no misses, she's been receiving 9.9s on this. Beautiful double twists done so easily. She's very turned on at this moment. I was talking to her backstage, and she was saying that she was glad she had just one event to do so she could put all her energy into it. Second tumbler, handspring front with a half twist, flip-flop, back pike, good height. No form breaks.
Very classical section here.
Beautiful.
She gets a great deal of feeling into her routines, as she herself has said.
Let's see if she can pull that last tumbling run up. Another double twist. Difficult, and he did it perfectly. She could do it.
The 19-year-old pride of Belcher, Louisiana, Kathy Johnson. She's just 5 feet tall, weighs 92 pounds, but does she carry it with authority? I should say. Well, did she get the 9.85 or not for a bronze medal? One way or another, that's going to be a happy American airplane, I'll tell you, flying home after these World Championships. The full flowering of our program has finally arrived. It's going to be nowhere but up from here, it looks like.
Taking another bow. Well deserved.
Appropriately wrapping up these World Championships with more cheers for the American team that did so well. She did it. A bronze medal for Kathy Johnson to cap off the day for the United States. 2 gold medals. 1 for Kurt Thomas, 1 for Marcia Frederick, and now a bronze medal for Kathy Johnson. 3 medals to take back across the ocean. Kathy, this must be a tremendously pleasant day for you, because you really started it off for our country with your silver medal 8 years ago.
Jim, I think I feel prouder now of the team out there than even when I was standing up there myself. It's so exciting to see that the Americans are finally doing it, finally bringing home the medals.
Look at that. Is that a happy young woman? March it out, Kathy. But it certainly is a change. They must have changed the mark.
There may have been a protest by Bella Caroli, Eberle's coach, and may have gone through, and that's the reason, probably.
So we have a tie for first with the 2 Soviets, Mukhina and Kim. They each get a gold medal. There will be no silver medal awarded. Here's there'll be 2 gold medals and 2 bronze medals. Tie for first and second, and then the tie for third. Has to be what's going to happen. Been a good meet for the Soviet women, no question of that.
And for the United States.
True enough. It's now official. They have changed the mark. They upgraded Eberle's mark by 25/100ths of a point, putting her into that tie with Kathy Johnson. But it's a bronze all the same. Just a little more happiness for somebody else.
Look at that smile.
So there's Kathy Johnson, the third medalist for the United States on this really historic afternoon for American gymnastics. And one for you, little Amelia Eberle, 4'5" and maybe 75 pounds. Kathy is a monstrous 5 feet tall.
That certainly was a strange development, because it does not seem to me, the way I know the rules, that the amount by which they raised Eberle's mark would be legal. Now, let's see.
Well, here is Frank Baer, who is the executive director of the U.S. Gymnastics Federation and a vice president of the FIG. What's going on? What happened?
Jim, I took a short walk, and when I came back, there was a tie, but the tie was absolutely impossible to achieve the way it was done. They raised Eberle's score by 0.025.
You can't do that, can you?
Can't do that. When you protest to have a score raised by 0.5 or 1. You can't break it down into quarters, or we'll never get the competition over with.
At any rate, the U.S. still gets its bronze medal.
We would have protested, and we'd have had a real battle on the floor if they'd have taken the bronze medal away from Kathy Johnson, but since there was a tie, well, we're happy.
Congratulations to you, Frank, on the final flowering and fruition. It's been a long time, but it's here now.
16 years, and we're very happy.
Time to leave Strasbourg now, and as we do, our congratulations again to the American gold medalists Marcia Frederick and Kurt Thomas, to the bronze medalist Kathy Johnson, and also to Bart Connor for reaching the finals in 3 individual events. A great feat for the Americans, and also for the Soviet Union. They won 17 gold medals all told. That's almost half of the gold medals that were available here. By the way, starting in 1979, there's going to be a World Gymnastics Championship competition every year, except in the year of the Olympics, rather than every 4 years. That's the way it's been up until now. For example, in '79, in the autumn, it will be in Fort Worth, Texas. And once again, ABC Sports will be there. For right now, however, speaking also for Kathy Rigby Mason and for Gordon Maddox, this is Jim McKay saying so long from Strasbourg.